Hi kids! My name is Nolly.
And I'm Vinium.
Welcome to the Nolly and Trent Show. I'm so glad you're with us. Vinium, what are we talking about today?
Today, Molly, we're talking about bullying.
Ooh, bullying. That doesn't sound nice.
No, bullying is not a good thing. But before we get into our show, Molly, you know how we start our show. Usually don't you?
Oh yeah, we do a feelings check-in.
That's right. So, Molly, in this moment, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling really happy. Today, we talked to your kids, and it was so much fun, and we were goofy and had so many laughs. It was so good.
I'm glad you enjoy my kids as well, too, Molly. I had a good time talking with you and the kids.
How are you feeling today, Dinium?
Oh, in this moment, Molly, I'm feeling really excited. You know, I really enjoy hanging out with you. I think you and I have such a really neat friendship.
We do. I like to tease you lots. Oh, did I hit you?
You kind of did.
Oops, sorry. I get a little excited.
That's okay, Molly. So, Molly, we also like to have a good time on this podcast, and usually we have some dad jokes prepared, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Then I have an idea.
Oh, what's your idea, Molly?
Why don't we try not to laugh at the dad jokes?
Oh, you want us to listen to the dad jokes but not laugh?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll go first. I'll tell a joke first, okay?
All right, you go ahead, Molly. What's your first joke?
What do you call a fish with no eyes?
Oh, what do you call a fish with no eyes?
I'm not supposed to laugh. You laughed.
I did. That was so funny, Molly. I like that one.
Okay, I had another one. What do you call a fish with 5 eyes?
5 eyes? A fish with 5 eyes?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fish.
I'm not good at this game, Molly.
You laughed again.
I did. I found that so funny.
You're not good at this game.
But that was funny. Okay, let me try one on you, okay, Molly? Why don't skeletons fight each other?
I don't know. Why don't skeletons fight each other?
Because they don't have guts.
That was a bad dad joke.
I know, it was so good.
I'm better at this game than you are.
Don't worry, Molly. I'm going to get you to laugh one of these days. I thought that was a good joke. We'll share a couple more jokes towards the end of our show. How about, right? But today we are talking about the topic of...
Oh, can I say?
Yeah.
Bullying.
That's right. Molly, what do you know about bullying?
I know it's not fun. I don't like when I'm bullied.
I don't think many kids do like when they're bullied, do they, Molly? It doesn't feel good when we're bullied. What is bullying, Molly? How would you describe bullying?
Oh, bullying is when someone's really, really mean to you, and it's not nice.
I agree. It's not nice when someone's mean to you. What kinds of ways do bullies bully others?
Oh, it's terrible. Sometimes they say mean things about you, and then other times they push you, and they hurt you, and they do a whole sorts of bad stuff.
I know. That's really terrible, isn't it, Molly? Molly, do you feel comfortable sharing some of the ways that you've experienced bullying?
Okay. One time I was sitting in my chair at school, and then the bully was sitting behind me, and do you know what they did?
What did they do, Molly?
They pulled my hair from behind. It was so mean, and I screamed, and the teacher thought I was being really disruptive, but I wasn't.
Oh, my.
And then I told the teacher.
That does not sound good.
Have you ever been bullied, Binya?
Oh, Molly, I've been bullied too as well, and it wasn't fun. This one time at school, for example, Molly, do you know what happened?
What?
I was playing soccer in the field, and do you know what the bully did?
No.
Well, he snuck up behind me, Molly, and then he pulled my pants down in the middle of the school field. Yeah, and everyone saw my underwear, and it was so embarrassing, and I didn't like it. And that was just one of the things that the bully did.
That's terrible.
I know, it was not fun.
Why do bullies do what they do?
Oh, Molly, I wonder if bullies are mean because they're experiencing some bad stuff in their lives, maybe, and they think that the best way to express it is by being mean to others. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't think it's nice, though. So, what are we supposed to do when bullies bully us? This is not nice, and we shouldn't have to feel that.
I know, Molly. I agree with you. It's not a good thing. There are some really important ways that we should respond to bullies. And I wish I'd learned about this when I was young, but I didn't. And sometimes I didn't even feel like comfortable talking about when I was bullied. And so it just kept happening. And I suffered sort of all by myself. And I felt like I was the one who was wrong. But here's what I would tell myself if I could speak to me back then. And maybe hopefully this will help our friends who are listening to this podcast. When bullies bully you, the first thing to realize is it's not your fault. It's not your fault when you're bullied. And I hope that you guys hear that as well too, because sometimes we feel like we're responsible for the ways that bullies bully us and we think that we deserved it. You never deserve to be bullied. Never.
I wish I knew that too.
I know, it's a really important point. It's not your fault when the bully bullies you. So that's a really important first thing to talk about. In fact, each and every one of us has tremendous worth. You are very important to me, Molly. And I'm sure our friends are also really important because we all deserve respect, don't we?
Yeah, we all deserve respect.
I agree.
Oh, can we have a quick break for a dad joke now?
Okay, Molly.
I will tell the dad joke, and you try not to laugh now.
Okay. What's the dad joke, Molly?
Okay. Why don't eggs tell jokes?
Why don't eggs tell jokes, Molly?
Because they might crack up. You're still laughing.
I know.
You need a lot of practice.
I don't know, Molly. I just like dad jokes, and I think they're so funny.
Do you see me laughing?
No.
It's because I'm laughing on the inside.
That's a great trick. I like that, Molly.
Okay, back to our program.
All right. So we were talking about how to respond to bullies, and the first thing we said that's really important is that it's not our fault when we get bullied, right?
Yeah, that's a really important point.
And then something else that we also need to do is learn how to tell the bully to stop. And there's a way that we need to do this, Molly, because when I tried telling the bully to stop when I was young, do you know how I said it?
No, how did you say it?
Well, I said something like, "Please stop."
Why is that wrong?
Well, it's not necessarily wrong. I told them to stop, but the way I was telling them to stop, Molly, it wasn't assertive. It wasn't strong. I was doing it as if I was asking them permission to stop. I was saying, "Would you please stop?" And a better way I feel of saying it would be, "Stop." You see the difference there? In the first one, I was saying, "Please stop." And it still seemed like I was being weak and that they could do whatever they wanted to do without knowing that I was wrong. And I should have been far more strong about it and saying, "Stop." I should have looked them in the eye and I should have said, "Stop. I don't like this." And let them know that this was not a good feeling for me.
Oh, I see the difference. So you should have just said, "Stop."
That's right.
What else? What else?
Well, if they don't stop, and if that doesn't stop them, then I would have gone to someone that I trusted who was a grown-up. And I say someone who I trusted because sometimes we don't feel comfortable with some of the grown-ups in our lives. Like sometimes we have our favorite teacher, but then there are some teachers that we don't really feel comfortable with. And so I would have gone to someone that I trusted, someone that I knew would look out for me. And I would have gone to that grown-up and said, "Here's what's happening," and told them everything. And do you know why I didn't do that very much when I was young, Molly, when I was bullied?
No, why is that? You should have.
I know, I should have, Molly. But I didn't because, well, I kind of felt embarrassed and ashamed about it. I thought, like I said before, it was my fault, and I thought that it wasn't a good thing to talk about, and that's why it happened for so long for me.
I see.
Yeah. And so if I could do it differently, Molly, and one of the ways I would encourage our friends to do this is that we should talk about our experiences. Because when we don't talk about it, do you know what happens? What? Well, we feel like we're the only ones who are suffering this way, and we feel all alone, and then no one can really understand us, and then no one really cares. It's a terrible feeling.
Yeah, that would be awful.
So I would go and talk to a trusted adult about how I was feeling so that they knew and that they could do something about it as well.
I like that idea. Who are your trusted adults now?
Well, I have some really close friends who are adults, but I'm also an adult now, and I feel like I can do this far better now because I've learned from my mistakes. So I can talk to my friends who are adults when things happen to me still.
Do you get bullied still?
No, I don't get bullied anymore because I've learned how to be able to express my boundaries in telling people what I like and what I don't like. And if they do what I don't like, I am able to respond to them in a way that can help them stop that behavior.
Oh, I want that too.
It takes some practice, Molly. It takes a lot of practice, and it's possible for all of us to experience that, but it takes a lot of practice.
I see.
Yeah, so it's really important to go talk to an adult that you trust when a bully is bullying you. Because when we talk about it, do you know what happens, Molly?
What's that?
Well, we're bringing into the light what they're doing in secret. We don't want to keep this secret. We want to make sure that others know about it. And when others know about it, then the bully can't get away with it.
I see. Who are some trusted adults that kids could talk to?
That's a great idea. That's a great question, Molly. There are some people in our lives that could be safe and trusted. Our parents could be one of them. But sometimes kids don't feel comfortable talking to their parents, maybe just because it feels weird. And that's why we have our podcast, the Molly and Friends podcast, because we talk about things that kids might find difficult talking to their parents. So it could be their parents if they feel comfortable talking to their parents, but if they don't, they could maybe talk to an aunt or an uncle that they trust, or a teacher or a counselor at school. All of these individuals are really safe people who can help them understand what's going on.
I like those ideas. Those are good ideas.
For sure, Molly. And it's really important to talk about it because they can help you understand how you're feeling and to know that you're not alone and that it's not your fault. Molly, there's this phrase that I heard on a movie recently, and it said something like, so there's this lady who's looking after this small girl, and she'd say some things to her. She'd say it like this in a southern accent. She would say, "You is smart, you is kind, you is important." And I really like that phrase because it really made me feel good. And I want us to use that phrase as often as we can, not only between you and me, because you're smart, kind, and important to me, but also with our friends as well. So let's say to our friends, all of you who are listening, I want you to hear this from Molly and I. You are smart. You are kind. You are important. And we're going to say this as often as we can because we want you to understand how special you are and how important you are. And so, Molly, do you want to say it to the kids as well?
Yeah, let me say it. You was smart. You was kind. You was important.
I believe that, Molly, and I hope you guys do as well. Tomorrow we're going to talk about online bullying, which is another kind of bullying, but we're going to give a special show to that. But let's finish off with a couple of dad jokes, shall we, Molly?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let me practice giving you a joke now. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, hit me.
Okay. What is brown and sticky?
What is brown and sticky? I don't know if I like this joke because it sounds terrible.
It's not what you think. It's not poo.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's not the answer.
Yeah, because two is brown and sticky.
No, it's not the answer. The answer to this dad joke, Molly, what is brown and sticky, is a stick. Did you just laugh, Molly?
Yeah, that was so funny.
I thought that was a good joke too, don't you?
Can I tell one last joke?
Sure thing.
How do you organize a space party?
How do you organize a space party, Molly?
You plan it.
Oh my goodness, I get it. You plan it? That's good.
See you tomorrow, kids. Bye.
That was so much fun, Molly. Thanks for doing this show with me.
You're welcome.